What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlemania here, back with another video. After releasing our first video on 9 times the WWE shamelessly recycled a wrestler's entrance theme music, we realized there's so many more. In fact, there's enough for a part 3. So let us know in the comments down below if you want it, and smash that like button with your 24-inch pythons. Okay, well, we know that isn't possible, so just your finger will do. In this video, we look at 10 more times the WWE shamelessly recycled a wrestler's entrance theme music. Number 1. The Orient Express theme. There's one thing WWE almost certainly got right all the time in the early and mid 90s, and that's stereotyping foreign wrestlers. Whether it was a Mexican bullfighter or an evil Russian, it seemed the WWE always tried their best to base the theme off their nationality. Many were unoriginal, such as the Bolsheviks coming out to the Russian national anthem, but at least they weren't recycled to other Russian wrestlers. It seemed, however, that whenever a wrestler was from the Far East, they had them coming out to the Orient Express theme, recycling it numerous times. First used by the Orient Express consisting of either Sato Tanaka or Kaito and Tanaka in the early 90s.
Orient Express tag team action! I'll tell you.
The theme was then reused in the mid 90s by Japanese female wrestlers Bull Nakano and Aja Kong. Even as so far in 1996, the theme was used for the ill-fated Shinobi character played by Al Snow.
How many faces does this man have? Shinobi took Shawn Michaels to the limit this past weekend on WWF.
At least Avatar got a different theme. Number 2. Orlando Jordan used Miss Kitty's theme, Too Much Mustard. What does the appointed Chief of Staff Orlando Jordan and Miss Kitty have in common? Well, absolutely nothing, apart from them oddly sharing the same entrance theme. The theme, peculiarly titled Too Much Mustard, was originally used by Jerry Lawler's ex-wife, Stacey Carter, aka The Cat, during her run in the Attitude Era.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to have quite the ceremony and award presentation. King is in the ring.
Years later in 2003, Orlando Jordan came out to the same music. Well, minus the Sable Cat sound at the beginning of the track. Definitely for the best.
From Miami, Florida, weighing in at 246 pounds, Orlando Jordan! Well, it's only...
Number 3. Santino Marella used Billy and Chuck's theme, You Look So Good To Me. Sometimes the WWE don't even care if the audience susses out that the entrance theme has been recycled a number of times. Case in question is when the WWE used the theme You Look So Good To Me, originally used by tag teamer Billy and Chuck, which then passed on to Rico.
Here's on the matches known title night with RVD, Canadian Lumberjacks, armed with leather straps, will surround the ring.
From Las Vegas, Nevada, weighing in at 2...
It was understandable that Rico took on the theme, as he was manager to the defunct duo. But when it was used for the female alter ego of Santino Marella, well, his storyline sister Santina, and winner of the Miss Wrestlemania Battle Royal, the WWE didn't even bother to change anything and keep the song exactly intact.
Well, history was indeed made last night, including the crowning of the first ever Miss Wrestlemania.
Number 4. The Stooges use Hulk Hogan's theme, Real American. Probably one of the most iconic themes in WWE history, was used of course by none other than Hulk Hogan, and if you watched our previous video, the song was intended to be used by the US Express consisting of Mike Rotunda and Barry Windham. The theme, however, stayed dormant from 1993 as the Hulkster left the WWF and continued his career in WCW with the much worse American-made theme. Sorry, we won't turn this into a video bashing WCW themes, but the theme, however, rose from the grave in 1999 when it was used for none other than Mr. McMahon's Stooges, Gerald Briscoe and Pat Patterson.
That'd make you lose your lunch. I'm about to bet the hurl. I lost my lunch and I heard it 10 years ago.
Other than the reason that Vince was still bitter at Hogan for his defection, we're not sure why they chose this theme, as Pat Patterson is Canadian after all. Number 5. God used Ernest Miller's theme, Somebody Call My Mama. Definitely another odd one here. 2006 was the year Vince clearly lost his mind by having God appear in the ring at 2006 Backlash pay-per-view. When God entered, he initially came out to some heavenly harp music, but Vince changed all that by telling him this was his house and ordered he and God to get jiggy with it. God and McMahon proceeded to get funky with it, to Somebody Call My Mama with some lyrics changed.
Come on, God!
McMahon wants God to get jiggy with it.
Well, he did stop God in his tracks right there.
You may recall that theme was used by both Ernest the Cat Miller and Brodus Clay respectively. Number 6. The Rock and Roll Express used the Rockers theme. When the NWA invaded the WWF in 1998, they revitalized old NWA tag teams such as the New Midnight Express and New Blackjacks, as well as bringing in established NWA legends such as the Rock and Roll Express. The tag team wrestled a number of matches on both Raw, Saturday Night Shotgun, and a few pay-per-views, only getting a few wins and mostly jobbing out to WWF tag teams such as the Headbangers. To add insult to injury, the WWF didn't even bother to compose new themes for the legends and just had them come out to the Rockers theme.
Wow! I don't believe this. But it's them! Robert Gibson and Ricky Morton are
Number 7. Michael Cole used Kerwin White's entrance theme, "Never Thought My Life Could Be This Good." Most of us, I'm sure, are trying to forget the Kerwin White gimmick ever existed, but I guess the WWE just couldn't let it rest when they briefly used the theme aptly named "Never Thought My Life Could Be This Good" for commentator Michael Cole during his awful heel run in 2011. Number 8. Desert Threat, used by the Sultan, Tiger Ali Singh and the Iron Sheik. Just like WWE's fetish for the Orient Express theme used for anybody who is Japanese, the WWE applies the same for anyone who is from the Middle East or from South Asia. The Arabian style theme was first used by the Sultan at Wrestlemania 13, who most will know is Rikishi under a mask.
Here comes, ladies and gentlemen, being left in the ring, my former champion, Iron Sheik. Here is...
Once the Sultan had dropped his gimmick, it was then given to Canadian wrestler Tiger Ali Singh, who was billed from India, the continent of Asia.
This may not be a good night for Tiger Ali Singh, who has been longing to enter the arenas the last couple of weeks. He certainly interrupted our things.
Singh kept the theme for a number of years, including with his tag team of Lowdown, consisting of D'Lo Brown and Chaz. Finally, the song was used by former manager to the Sultan, the Iron Sheik, who came out to the theme at WrestleMania 17 during the Gimmick Battle Royal.
Of course, a garbage man would carry a garbage can.
He has a garbage can full of garbage. Maybe he will eventually.
I'll take a look at this.
Number 9. The Rock's high school sweetheart uses the Narcissist theme. Okay, we're well aware that the person who played the Rock's high school sweetheart is certainly not a wrestler, but this is too good not to mention. Lex Luger was originally supposed to guest pose in the WWF's bodybuilding federation, the WBF, but due to a motorcycle accident, his career was put on hold. When he recovered, the WBF was no more. He instead entered the WWF in 1993 as the Narcissist, and had a theme to accompany his Greco-Roman-like body.
Sea Air Space Museum. Stars are coming, folks. They're coming from the National Hockey League, from the National Football League. They're coming from the NBA.
Once he became the American-made Lex Luger, the theme was dropped, but oddly it made an appearance during the late 90s in the segment Rock, This Is Your Life, when his high school girlfriend Miss Joanne Imbriani entered with the theme.
I pulled some strings, and here she is. The Rocks.
A modified version of the theme was later used briefly by former WCW wrestler Mark Jindrak when he entered the WWE.
Jindrak, everybody stand up and rise.
And number 10. Stone Cold Steve Austin's theme is a rework of Razor Ramon's theme. We're not sure if this one belongs on the list, so we're going to ask our viewers with an ear for music to help us out. Everyone recognizes Stone Cold's entrance song from the moment the glass breaks. Wrestling lore has it, Stone Cold worked closely with WWE entrance theme wizard Johnston in developing this song, but there's evidence to suggest it's not actually an original. Some argue Austin's song is a modified version of Razor Ramon's theme, Bad Boy. You may recall Razor's entrance began with screeching tires and has slower melody, but a close listen suggests the two are similar. Like we said guys, there are many more that we've found, so if you want to see a part 3, drop a like, let us know in the comments down below, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.